China has been in the news for a while, and then I wanted us to take a deep look into the economy of China and then the current state of its economy. You see, the deepening property market downturn is another major track. The sector, which accounts for as much as 30% of China's GDP, has been crippled by a government campaign since 2022, rein in reckless borrowing and kept speculative trading. Property prices has been falling as sales of new homes. China's main economy is real estate or housing. Most of Chinese citizens acquire even uncompleted projects just to sell it when the prices shoot up. Housing, being the backbone of China's economy, means when the housing bubble hits China, it will affect the country's economy and even the global economy at large. So, let's take a deep look into the current state of China's economy. Al Jazeera posted, as China's property crisis grows, is the global economy at risk? Currently, China's property market is in the midst of slow-moving crisis. Real estate prices have dropped and millions of home buyers are refusing to pay their mortgage for pre-sold properties as developers struggle to complete housing projects on time. Maybe you don't understand pre-sold properties. You see, in China, one of the country's contributors to their GDP is housing. So houses were made low for everyone to be able to own a house. Some buy the houses, keep it for some time or some years, and then resell it to make profit. There was rush for the housing market for years, so some buy the houses before it's even completed. They buy it from real estate agents who will predict that by this time the house will be fully completed. Buying it before it is fully built, you will get it at a low price and then probably you will make a lot of profit. As these agents unable to complete the house at a scheduled time, leave the people frustrated, hence not paying their mortgage. China's property troubles are partly caused by a policy made in August 2020. Beijing rolled out a 3 red line policy. The aim of the policy was to deflate a huge housing bubble. You see, the policy had 2 goals. 1, to reduce the over-reliance of the country's economy on the housing market. And 2, to tamp down prices which have shot up, making it difficult for middle-class Chinese unable to acquire houses. These 2 goals were a very smart move and a good decision. The policy came along with strict rules which must be met by developers. It turned out that many developers were operating outside the 3 red lines and were saddled with debt. The new policy did not allow them to seek for loans, so it made it difficult for them to complete the houses, which led to a massive loss in mortgage. According to Al Jazeera, Dutch Bank has estimated that the value of mortgage affected by the boycott amount to 1.8 to 2 trillion Chinese yuan, that is 270 to 300 billion US dollars. The main problem is developers has insufficient cash flow, whether because of debt or low housing sales now, or misuse of funds to continue the uncompleted projects. This has been one of the forces that has catapulted the economic crisis in China right now. If you have watched videos regarding this topic, I know you have come across zero COVID policy, which I bet you don't understand. The zero COVID policy is an attempt made by the government to prevent any community spread of the coronavirus. To achieve this goal, the country has enacted some draconian measures, implementing a strategy of using strict targeted lockdown and mass testing. The entire neighborhood has been sealed off across the country. In Shanghai, the government has placed a lockdown lasting over 2 weeks now. Over 2 million residents have been barred by the government officials. So the question is, what's the effect on the economy now? As China's export growth slowed in April to its weakest level since June 2020, as the effect of Beijing's stringent COVID-19 rules took its toll on its trade. Imports were stagnant in April, showing almost no growth amid restricted domestic demand. The Chinese government's zero-COVID policy has seen factories shut across Shanghai, as well as major shipping delays at the city's ports. Several analysts have warned that the trade figures will continue to worsen, underlining the extent of the problem lockdown have brought. A country's economy is always measured by the availability of jobs for the people and the general lives of the people. So let's look at China's job and property issues now. According to Bloomberg, the most educated generation in China's history was supposed to blaze a trail towards more innovative and technologically advanced economy. Instead, about 50 million young people are estimated to be jobless, and many are lowering their ambition. From the ages of 16 to 24 urbanites, a record of 19.3% of unemployment, which serves as almost twice the number of US. economies, according to the head of China's Institute for Employment Research in Beijing. The structural adjustment faced by Chinese economy right now actually needs more people to become entrepreneurs and strive for the betterment of the economy. You see, China's job market has deteriorated in the past few months. Other economists said that more jobs losses are likely this year as social distancing measures hurt the catering and retail industries, which in turn piles pressure on the manufacturers. You see, China became one of the fastest growing economies in the world, and China is also a great producer of goods to the global market. So any losses in China may affect the world at large. So let's hope and help survive China's economy for the better. One of the best ways to help contribute to the betterment of China's economy is subscribing to our YouTube channel. I mean, that's for joke, but please subscribe to our YouTube channel to help us produce more educative videos just like this one that you've watched. You are a legend, and I will see you in the next one. Au revoir, mes amis.